See, let me tell you something. When you're working with a realtor, when you're working with a loan officer, when you're working with people who you're trying to get something from, the way you are towards them changes the outcome of how they are towards you. People will break rules for you depending on how you treat them. They will break rules because one of the pieces of evidence is favor on their life. I don't know why I'm doing this for you, but your credit score really don't really, but I tell you what I'm going to do. If you could just do this and do that and do that, then this will work out for you, but don't tell nobody because I don't really do this for nobody else. That is evidence of the Holy Spirit that lives inside of you. But when you are not like that, then you get what everybody else gets. Favor, it's the undeserved, it's unmerited, it's for no reason. No reason at all, but because you acknowledge me. When you acknowledge Him as God, when you receive the Holy Spirit and you walk in it, and you talk in it, and you live in it, then your life changes. It literally changes your life. Amen. Imagine who you are without it then. That would say the opposite of everything that I just said. Without it, I'm subject to trying to do it all on my own. Without it, when people get me, they get my personality. They get my inconsistency. They get my bad attitude. When people get me, they get everything that come with me if I don't have the Holy Spirit standing as representation of who I am. Ask yourself a question. When people encounter you, who do they really get? That's a hard question. Who do they really get? There's some naturally nice people out there. They're just naturally nice. But you can tell from somebody who's just naturally nice or somebody who got a little something in them. That, you know, it's that thing. It's like the Lord showed me this when I was driving here this morning. If you go whatever that is that Clyde Warren Park covers, what's that? Woodall Rogers, is that what that is? Boom. If you go Woodall Rogers, that piece of the freeway is covered by something else. When it rains on top of it, it rains in front of it, and it rains behind it, right? Y'all follow me? Yeah. But when I drove through it this morning, it was wet on the inside of it. Y'all follow me? Because what happens is, when you're in the position to be poured on the outside, you drag whatever water you got on you into the inside of the tunnel. So even though the tunnel will remain dry, because you come through it with water on you, you get water on it. That's the Holy Spirit. When people encounter you, it leaves an impression all over people. Because it's not you. It is the Holy Spirit. I tell people, listen, before you get married, or when you get married, when all you do is argue, fuss, fight, when you can actually have the ill-gotten audacity to speak to people nasty and yell at them and cuss at them, and you have the absence of the presence of God in your life. Y'all missed me. When you see two people who all they do is argue, fuss, and fight and disagree, the first thing, before I counsel anybody, the first thing I'm always thinking in my head, I guarantee you they ain't praying together. I guarantee you they're not reading the word together. I guarantee you. Why? Because me and you do not work without Him. It don't work. Amen. Life does not work without the Holy Spirit. That is why I named this message, Don't Live Without It. Because if you live without it, then you're left to your own devices. To your own devices. The Holy Spirit, the Comforter, when you're broken, when you're hurting, when you're stressed out, when you're depressed, it is the power of the Holy Spirit that helps you hold it together. You ever been broken? You ever been hurt? You ever been extremely disgruntled in your spirit? I'm talking about you know God. I'm talking about you got a relationship with Him, and yet you still feel disgruntled in your spirit. How do you overcome that? It's the Holy Spirit that lives on the inside of you, that you can just, at a split second, turn it on. Turn it on. I tell my leaders, when we get here, we don't warm up at prayer. We come together and do what we do on our own. It's not a warm up, because we should be able to just invoke His presence immediately, because He lives inside of us. He lives inside of us. There's an appointed time, a set time, a set moment that the Lord decided to leave us with His Holy Spirit. It was crucial. The prophet had already spoke of this moment, and this moment had yet to come to pass. Jesus spoke of this moment, but the moment had yet to come to pass. And then all of
sudden.
Ain't that amazing how in the natural and in the spirit, suddenly was actually the thing? It was suddenly. Why is that significant to you? I'm glad you asked me. Because everything, hear me, everything in your life right now that you know, everything that you go through, everything that you feel, how you see it, I'm talking about everything. We should be running already, because I already spoke what I'm about to say. Everything that you know can change.
Yeah.
Suddenly.
Yes. Amen.
Suddenly.
That's right.
I mean, like literally, it can all just change suddenly.
Yes.
Suddenly, that decision could be the best decision of your life.
Yeah.
That decision could be the worst decision of your. It can happen suddenly.
Yeah.
Suddenly, the Holy Spirit was something way more powerful, way more potent, way more. I'm talking about engulfing. We're talking about something that happened, and it was an instantaneous transition. It was transforming immediately. Like when the Holy Spirit came, it was a wrap. Everybody was tripping. That is the attributes of the Holy Spirit. The day of Pentecost was a bit different. People had already become Christians, but the Holy Spirit wasn't a part of them yet. This will be the first time everyone who was a Christian will receive the Holy Spirit. Pentecost was a day to celebrate the end of the grain harvest. It was like what we call Thanksgiving. Farmers have collected their crops and all their hard work is done. The people would offer 2 loaves of bread they had made from their crops, and 2 lambs were waved before the Lord as a thank offering. This was their special way of thanking God for the weather and for helping them get a crop for that year. Another part of the Holy Spirit was first fruits.
Mm-hmm.
This is why if you see in social media, you hear people talking about Pentecost, Shavuot, first fruits, because they were so thankful. Did you hear what I just read? They were thankful for the weather. Because without the weather, there would be no harvest.
Yeah, come on.
This is, okay, now let me get y'all somewhere. This is why I woke up this morning, and when people was tripping about the rain, I said, on Pentecost Sunday, it's pouring down rain. That is prophetic.
Yeah.
Why? Because they were thanking God for the weather.
Yeah.
Because if I don't care what you do to the crop, if the weather don't assist you, there will be no harvest.
True. Wow. Yeah.
But the weather is an assistant in bringing forth the harvest. So I got a text message from my friend this morning. He said, I hate this rain. I already know my people ain't coming to church. Then he texted me back. He said, yep, it's going to be another empty Sunday. And I texted him back and I said, get off my phone. It's Pentecost. I'm too crunk for this.
Yeah.
Because it's not how it looks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's how I look at it.
Yeah.